Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for the final Alliance War videos of the season. So this is season 43, and this is kind of a big deal for me personally, because in all 43 seasons of Alliance War, I don't think I've participated in all 43, but I think I've participated in about 40 of them. Like, I think there's only like around 3 maybe that I missed. So in 40 seasons of Alliance War, I have never, not a single time, had a complete, full, deathless season. What I mean by complete and full is like an actual full 12 war season where I take like more than 3 fights every single war and not died. I've never done that. I've never been able to do that. You know, obviously, if I asked and I was like, hey, you know, give me a super easy season. I want a deathless season. Give me like barely any fights. Give me just easy fights. Like, sure, I'm sure I could have gotten a deathless season that way, but that's no fun. I want, you know, I get assigned a lot of fights. I get assigned hard fights sometimes, and that's good. I like that. I want to get a deathless season where, you know, I'm not selective about my fights and everything. Like, I just basically do what I'm assigned, unless there's like an assignment that like I really think I'm gonna die in, and I'm like, you know, that's a bad idea. You know, and there's also been some seasons where the season was cut short. Like, I think we had like a 9-war season before, like a 10-war season at one point, because it gets canceled. So I may have had a deathless one in one of those. Even so, I don't think so. Maybe like 1 death or something, but I don't want to count those anyways. Like a full 12-war season. And so this is war number 11, and at this point in the season, I have not died yet. So, and I'd say about like the fourth or the 5th war, I started thinking like, I haven't died yet, and there is potential for a deathless season here, and that this like kept happening. I kept not dying, and the further we got into the season, I'm like, holy crap, this could actually happen. It could finally happen. And I think something that really was a massive help to me this season, and partial reason why up until this point I hadn't died at all, is because, you know, I was grinding so hard for Battlegrounds. I was on that Battlegrounds grind, you know, pushing for top 8s. So because of that, I'm playing fairly often at such a high level, you know, playing such skilled opponents, that I'm in top form. I'm in good shape right now. Like, my skills are sharpened. You know, you can really think of your MCOC skills as a knife. And, you know, when a blade gets dull, it's not going to do a good job cutting. But playing Battlegrounds, my knife is like as sharp as it's ever been. So like, my skills are like on point for this whole season. I think that was a big reason why up until this point I hadn't died. I've also massive shouts to the officers for giving good plans, Manuel and Andy specifically, and also just like some of the champions as well. Like, we're gonna take a look at the end of this video. I'm gonna show you guys. We're gonna have a little pie chart, and I'm gonna show you all the attackers that I used this season and how many fights each attacker took. Spoiler alert, Absorbing Man took the most. This dude just put in so much work for me this season. Absorbing Man is just that guy. I've said it before. I've said Absorbing Man's the best Mystic champ in the game. I wholeheartedly believe that. I just think he is so well-rounded. It's insane. And yeah, he's just my biggest MVP this season by far. And he's not even a tactic champion. He's not a tactic attacker. And this tactic specifically is extremely powerful. Especially for future Ant-Man, who's probably my 2nd biggest MVP. He could have been first too, but the thing is about future Ant-Man is he got banned. I'd say like half the time, half the amount of wars we had, future Ant-Man was getting banned. Whereas, you know, Absorbing Man, he never got banned, so that wasn't a worry with him. But yeah, let's maybe actually focus on some of these fights. And a lot of these fights we have done. Been running Path 9 quite a lot this season. Hopefully next season, you know, we get a new war map, which is gonna be great. And hopefully all kinds of new fights and different champions, and with whatever the new tactic is, hopefully I have some good champs ranked up already for it. That'll work well. So that Magneto fight got a little sketchy. We got messed up by 1 special 2, but it was fine. Now this next fight here, we have a 565 Ebony Maw. You know, I'm boosted. I'm boosted pretty big right now. I think I'm almost near max boosted. And so I fought Ebony Maw here before, and it went really well. Basically, I just take this fight super slow. Slow and steady wins the race. Basically, just heavy counter him. And that's the plan. And if I get him in the corner, I'll spam some heavies. I'm not scared of stand your ground. If it happens, it happens. But I'm not going to play scared of it. And also just using some light attacks to, you know, close the spacing if I need to. Yeah, everything's going great. You know, pretty standard fight. Our spacing is correct. That's really all that matters. There, I let him hit me on purpose, but then I realized, oh crap, I have an indestructible boost on. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. But here I get rooted, but it's totally fine. We get out of it. I'm gonna bait another special 1 here and counter it with mine. And so I'm looking at my haymakers, and I'm seeing that they're at less than 10 seconds. So I just want to knock them down one more time. Or I guess I'm not going to be able to here. I would have wanted to knock him down before, but yeah, I'm not going to get the full knockdown. I'm just going to connect with the first part so that it grants me double debuffs. So here I'm thinking, you know, this fight's over now. I've played this fight perfectly so far. I haven't made a single mistake. I get him everything set up, and Ebony Maw just decides to be a big jerk face and throw his special with all of those debuffs. With all those debuffs. He's like, let me throw my special too. You know, you set the fight up perfectly. You did everything you're supposed to. I'm going to throw my special just to ruin your day. That's basically what happened. So, that was fun. Luckily, we were indestructible when he threw it. So, and, you know, unstoppable. So, it didn't matter. Just kind of annoying, man. You know, that was I've done that fight, I think that was like my 3rd time. And that was by far the best. I'd never set it up that well before. And then he just ruins it, you know. Kind of annoying, but whatever. It's all good as long as we don't die. You know, it's really all that matters. Next up here, we have an America Chavez on path number 9 here. So this has one-eyed open. It's a rank 2 7-star. So I'm going to be using my rank 2 7-star Titania. And I was a little worried about this fight. Out of all my fights this war, this was definitely the one that I was most worried about. And so here, with the Absorbing Man synergy, we are immune to the effects of bleed. However, we are not immune to the effects of shock. So I'm just going to chill at the start of this fight. And I get in a little bit of a haymaker rotation there. Not the best, though. And now this bleed is gone. But the great thing about, you know, Titania here is I can dex. I can freely dex, and I don't have to worry because we are buff immune. That means no dexterity. No dexterity means no mystic dispersion, which makes it a lot easier to control Chavez's power. However, though, you can see she still definitely is gaining power. She has passive power gain, and so, you know, a lot of special ones can be a problem. But here, you know, I set things up, get to my special 3. I don't set it up properly. I don't get double debuffs. I think I only connected the second part of our heavy, needed to connect the first part. And so here, I decided to just chill because she's really close to a special 3. So I'm like, you know, I need to take this fight slow. I need to be careful here. You know, I can't risk the Deathless season here to some Titania heavy spamming. You know, I can't get too crazy. I don't have an invulnerability boost here. So bait special 2. Luckily for me, it's not unblockable. She just had a couple prowess. We took a little bit of damage, but it's not too much. But now you can see, now that she has one of her modes, I believe it's the blue one in the middle, we're taking damage every time we attack her, which is not good. And here I get a shock on me, and you can see it's dealing a lot of damage. I wonder if the debuff damage scales with the defender's base attack, because last time I had a shock on me here, I was healing from it, but that time I was doing like double the amount of damage I was healing for, which is interesting. So it's a really good thing that I was playing careful and not getting too many shocks on me. I don't mind if I get like 1 on me, but yeah, any more than that, you know, it's getting kind of sketchy. So here I have 2 on me. I'm like, okay, let's chill. But yeah, now the bleed phase, 15% health left. This fight has been taking a while. I really just want to get out of here. I just want to get out of here alive at this point. So I just need to keep on baiting these heavy attacks because I can't parry. And yeah, just keep on baiting these heavies, and we get her down. Fight took a while, but we played it slow and safe, steady, and we got out of there. I was really, really worried about that one, dude. Like, America Chavez, she can ruin your day. She can just ruin your day. So really glad she did not ruin the streak. And then next up here, we just have a rank 4 Lady Deathstrike. This is basically a joke of a fight. Yeah, this is absolutely nothing. We're just gonna use Absorbing Man. We're immune to bleed and shock. And yeah, I think this chick's pretty easy to fight. I have a pretty good amount of experience from fighting Andrew the Ruffs. The only thing to really look out for is she can go unstoppable. At some point when you turn specials, I have no idea why. I'm not sure if that happens here. It might. But boom, hit a little light intercept there. And we are just putting in the damage. So yeah, here she does activate the passive stoppable. And oh no, she comboed me. Still at 92%. And 93 now. Consume our morph charges. And we're going to hit the unstoppable again. And I get hit again. Look at this. Oh no. Too bad it doesn't matter. Still finished that fight with 90% after getting hit twice. Just, you know, our resistance to physical damage in the Black Uru mode is absurd. So that's our war against, I forget who this one was against, but we lost. So we lost this war, and now we jump into the final war of the season. So a lot is on the line here. Two major things are on the line here, and so you see I'm boosted. I'm absolutely max boosted this time, the biggest boost I got. So two things on the line here. Number one, the Deathless season. If I can finish my war fights here without dying, for the first ever time in an Alliance War season, I go Deathless. Something I've never done, something that I've always wanted to do. So that's on the line here. What else is on the line is at this point we have 5 wins in the season and 6 losses, and we're in Platinum 1 rank number 2. So we're right at the top of Platinum, like right on the cusp of getting into Masters. Final war. If we win this, you know, I was under the impression that Masters is secured. Even if we win though, we needed like some other things to line up to secure it fully. So there's still a chance, even if we won, we wouldn't get it. But, you know, if we lose, there's no chance of Masters. If we win, there's a good chance. But I was under the impression that it would have been guaranteed if we won. But yeah, so a lot is on the line here. Masters for the entire Alliance, and for myself, a Deathless season. So against this first fight here, it's a Void. I'm like, okay. I decided I'm just going to, again, play this fight very slow and very steady. Going to be careful. I'm just going to bait his special 1s, take my time here, build to my special 3. That's going to go ahead and give us a lot of crit rate. So boom, we're going to go into town here, do a ton of big combos. Here, just going to chill, bait the special 2, make sure that's out before I start going in for more combos. And here again, I'm going to wait, make sure I clear off that next debuff before it even gets on me. Again, just playing super safe. Normally, I wouldn't hold back. I would just go for combos. But here, slow, steady, safe. I really don't want to die this war, man. So much is on the line here. So boom, first fight down. Off to a good start. Next up, we got a Korg. So, 7-star, rank 2, Awakened Korg on Path 9 here. And this basically just has increased power gain to 1 bar. After Korg gets above 1 bar, the power gain is stifled, which makes sense because, you know, Korg has an annoying special 1. However, you know, I'm fully confident in evading Korg's special 1 and just fighting Korg in general, especially with Absorb Man, especially in the Magma form. So I'm not worried in the slightest here. I'm actually going into this fight, I'm extremely confident. I'm just going to go ahead and toss off the special 2. Here I believe he throws a special 1, and this one I just block. You know, there's no need to evade it. Those are energy-based projectiles, and with our energy resistance, we're going to be taking less damage. So yeah, but here he throws another one. This one I was ready for. You know, the first one, he kind of threw it and caught me off guard a little bit. Second one, I was completely ready. Get the full dex. Feeling great. This fight's winding down. And just going to go ahead and throw my special 2 here. You know, applying all those passive incinerate damage. And get a little parry before his shield comes back. Orc down. Absolute breeze. No problem. Then we move into this fight. And now this was one of the fights I was more so worried about this war because I don't think I've ever died to it, but it can get sketchy. That's really it. It can get sketchy. So I'm going to make sure I have a gray boost for every single fight this war. If you notice in the previous war, the one we just did,
I was actually invulnerable for every single fight. I had invulnerability boost for I believe every fight, because I wanted to be extra safe. Here I have a 3-minute boost for every single fight. It's not always vulnerable. I had like some boosts expiring, like some power start ones expiring, so I kind of wanted to use those if it made sense for the matchup too. But yeah, with Nick Fury here, with power efficiency and his tactical charges, you just kind of got to be a little bit careful. But this fight just goes fantastic. You guys can just see his power bar here, and everything just really works out. Just like with his tactical charges, with his power here, I'm able to push him to 2 bars with my 2 bars of power. Bait this, I'm able to push him to another 2 bars with my next combo, and he's almost out of his first life. I still have a full yellow bar. Like, everything is going so good at this point. I decide to just kill the first life, get it down, so he starts degenning. Go ahead, bait out the special 2. Again, push him to another special 2. I'm going to hold on to my power, though, so that I can do it again. And, he's degenning right now, so I don't want to waste my power until, it's going to do actual damage. We'll push him to another 2 bars, 7% health, 1 more combo. It's going to go ahead and wrap that fight up. So, I think that was, aside from, like, the time I fought that with Iceman, I think, well, yeah, I guess, like, just with Absorbing Man, that was definitely my best and easiest Nick Fury kill on that fight, which is node 21. Is it 21? I think it goes 9, 18, 21 for Path 9. And then next up here we have a Baron Zemo. So I fought this Zemo. This is probably like the 5th time I'd say this season. And so 565, we get some Odin pre-fights, I think from Enzo. Shout out to him. Still got that invulnerability boost. We're looking good. The first time I took this fight this season was probably the closest I came, well, no, second closest I came to death this season. I say there's 2 close calls with death this season so far up to this point. And that was the first time featuring Iceman versus Zemo here. Just missed some interceptions back for a lot. And I'd say the other one was when it was Iceman versus Kitty, I think on the same node here. That was sketchy too. That was so sketchy. But we managed to not die in either of them. And so this Zemo fight, the last couple ones that I've done, he didn't throw a single special the entire time, and the fight just went really good. Here, he throws 2 special ones. He already threw one, and he's going to throw another one in a second here. Here I'm baiting heavies, everything's going great, and then he just throws his special right here. That's odd. I really was not expecting him to throw that, but he did. But here I'm just going to bait a heavy. I'm just trying to kill a little bit of time before my power detonation comes back. Boom, it comes back. Drop special 2. He's dead. Finish that fight 94% HP. I think that is by far the best Zemo fight I've had all season. Last one was the best one. That's definitely the most health that I've come out with exiting that fight. Never finished above 90%. So, yeah, that went really well. Now, next we move into section 2, and we have a Nova. This is Anonymous. So, against Nova here, I was feeling very confident. Very confident. I fought Nova so many times during Crit Me With Your Best Shot, and I've had enough of Nova for a lifetime. But yeah, pretty good at fighting him. Not too worried here. If we throw special ones, it's going to do heavily reduced damage because it's blockable. Here I'm also trying to wait out some of the armor break so I can get more morph charges. And I was going into this fight, the plan was special 3, but once I got in here and I applied those morph charges, I was like, probably no need for a special 3. And I was definitely right, because you're going to see he's almost dead within the next combo. Within that combo, he should be definitely dead within the next one. And he absolutely is. I push him red there, but I had my special 2, which I would have thrown if that combo was enough to kill him, which would have taken us out of our immunity forms, but it would have been enough to kill. So, wasn't worried at all. Next up here, we're jumping onto Path 9 once again. I have a combat regen boost on, but I'm still gonna heal. Still gonna heal here with a potion because this is for a Deathless season. We're not screwing around here. I need all the HP I can get. So here we have a spot. And this spot, again, has the one-eyed open note, so I can't parry here.
That's okay, because Spot's AI likes to throw a lot of heavies. And I don't need to intercept here either, but I'm still going to, because I intercept when I feel like it. But yeah, everything's going great here. We are in our Yooooo form, so, you know, there's really no worry. Even if we end up getting hit, we're not going to take much damage, because we just have so much physical resistance, and the bulk of Spot's damage comes from physical. So, punish his special 2, that pauses, it takes away a spot, and it pauses the spot gain. Here, though, he activates Untouchable, so I just need to touch him one time, so that we can get it on cooldown. And you see here I have some rupture debuffs on me, 2 of them to be exact, and you can see they're dealing 10 damage, but we're healing for 158. So yeah, that's literally regen, which is pretty nice. Shout out to Willpower. And yeah, this fight is going really great so far. Everything is going exactly to plan. Push him to another special 2 here. Gonna go ahead and bait that out. And again, as long as we punish the final hit, you can see his spots drop from 4 to 3, and then he has a little timer. That's just basically he can't gain any spots while he has that timer active. Another special 1, down goes Spot. So just one more fight. I think just one more fight remaining for the entire season here. It's Bishop, and it's Bishop on. And I've done this fight before with future Ant-Man actually. I know I've done it at least 2 other times. So going in here, I was feeling pretty good. And again, you can see my gray boost here. I have 1 advanced power boost and overflow. So I'm like, you know what? Let's go ahead and use that. Starting this fight with a bar of power will be great because, you know, once we hit our special 2, it's going to do massive damage. So at the start of the fight here, I'm just looking for some intercepts, but I'm not playing too risky. So I'm just going to go for intercepts that I see, or bait heavies, and punish them so that I can activate the Surging Swarm. Now that we're in the Surging Swarm, though, you know, he is a more aggressive AI, so now it's safer to go for some backdraft intercepts or something. But drop that first special 2. There goes half of his HP. Feeling really great. The plan was just to, you know, keep baiting heavies and then throw another special 2, but Bishop just decides to throw a special 1 here. Totally fine though, because you see those incinerates, we shrug them off extremely quickly, and we end up taking a little bit of damage here, but it's completely negligible, and the fight is over right now. Actually, I don't even think we did take damage. I think we healed a percentage. So yeah, and boom, final fight, dude, we did it. That is my first ever Deathless Alliance War season. And Manuel congratulating me. He knew what was on the line here. But at the same time, we never said it. I never said it in a video. They never said, like, the word Deathless never came up. which is good. You know, no one was trying to jinx me. And man, we did it. We freaking did it. Finally, a Deathless season. It feels so good to have accomplished that. The only downside is that, for some unknown reason, for Loki, you know, normally we keep stats for every season. For some reason, we weren't doing that this season. So, that's pretty lame. But hey, that doesn't matter. It's still a Deathless season, and like we're gonna show you guys a little spreadsheet at the end. But now that's 1 of 2 goals accomplished. We got the Deathless season. We still need to accomplish the other goal, which is winning the war and securing Masters for the entire season. Because, you know, a Deathless season wouldn't feel nearly as good if you didn't finish in Masters, you know? So this was the score at the time of me finishing my fights. We had only 1 death. And we already cleared 2/3 of the map. So we're doing a great job, great start. And they had a lot of deaths early on. They had 5 within... Yeah, just super early, and they just stayed at 5 for like the rest of the war. And they only have 18 fights remaining. We still have, you know, 49, so we have a lot more fights remaining than them, but we do have a nice lead right now. As things went on, oh yeah, also completing that final fight gave me this, 5,000 Titan shards. So I know that this is from something else, but the way I saw this was like, hey, Deathless season, here's my reward, 5,000 Titan shards. Thanks, kabam. That's the way I looked at it. Now, as time went on, a couple hours later, this was the score. You know, they're still at 5. We have 1 fight left, but we've died 3 more times. We're at 4 deaths. And our fight duration, 9,687 seconds. They're at 9,000 seconds. So we are way ahead on fight time. Probably too much. You know, they only have 15 fights left. They can probably beat us on fight time if we tie. So if we die one more time, we can kiss our master season goodbye. And there's only one fight left on the map. And it was this Wong. So it's in our battle group. And it was Mad Cat was taking this with his 565 Quicksilver. His damn epic Wongers. So you can see the time left here is 15 hours, 41 minutes. I started doing that fight like right after I took the screenshot. And he was in there for a while. Like, I didn't, no one was talking or anything. There's no chatter online. There's no chatter in game. So I didn't know if other people were watching it, but I was watching it. And I just like happened to check. I'm like, oh, this is so close. We have one fight left. And I saw Mad Cat moving. So that's why I was watching it. And he was in there for like more than 3 minutes. Like, you know, it starts with a 5-minute timer, then it goes down. Like, it was like getting below 2 minutes. And I was getting a little worried. And I'm like, if he dies here, it's over. But Mad Cat, nerves of steel, ice in his veins. He clutched up, no problem. Took Wongers down. And, like, the chat just blew up. There was, like, more than 10 people watching. And I had no idea. I love seeing that, though. Just, like, so many messages just started appearing. And I just wrote, let's go. Like, dude, let's freaking go. We did the 2 objectives. The Deathless season complete, and we clutched the final war to potentially secure Masters, hopefully. So, yeah, the first war was against ISO8a. Yeah, they beat us, but we beat Chaos, who Chaos beat us earlier in the season, so it felt really good to, you know, kind of get a little bit of revenge on them and clutch up when we need to. And so, the moment of truth, we got it. Oh, man, we snuck into Masters, very final spot, but it is ours. So, boom, man. Master secured, which I'm so happy about. Co-in line, of course, with the first ever Deathless season. So, yeah, let's go ahead now and take a look at the little spreadsheet I got for you guys here. Shout out to Manuel. He made this. I just edited it a bit. But, yeah, master shout out to Manuel and Andrew the Rough, the officers this season. Love those guys. So, we brought to war 6 different champions. Iceman, Absorbing Man, Future Ant-Man, Warlock, Titania, and Immortal Abomination. So Immortal Abomination got 0 fights. He didn't do anything. He was only there to serve synergy purposes, which gives Absorbing Man immunity to poison, which is very powerful synergy. One of the best in the game. And so with Iceman, we only took 4 fights. We only brought him 1 war, but he did great that war. But one of those fights, we almost died. Iceman versus Kitty Pryde. That was a sketchy fight, but we managed to pull it out. Absorbing Man, 43 fights. 43 fights, so he ended up taking 56% of my fights this season. And then we have Future Ant-Man clocking in at 15. Which I think 5 of those are Zemos, are rank 5 Zemos. And so, yeah, Future Ant-Man was the second most used champ with almost 20%. Yeah, 56% for Absorbing Man. And then Warlock, we used him for 9 fights. Warlock was kind of the backup option for Future Ant-Man when Future Ant-Man was banned. That was when I would typically be bringing Warlock. And then Titania, only used her for 5 fights. But, man, she crushed every single one of those fights. She did a phenomenal job. And I felt just really safe using her because when I was boosted with Titania, her health pool was like 115,000. Over 100,000 HP. Like, it just... Having that much HP paired with, you know, indestructible boosts, paired with her own indestructibility... Felt pretty good. It felt pretty good. And then Iceman, yeah, coming in a little over 5% with those 4 fights. So, in total, I ended up taking 76 fights this season. And so, that added to my previous streak. We're at 119. So, and getting over 100 streak is kind of a big deal in 4Loki. But, again, since this season doesn't count, my streak isn't over 100, apparently, which is... pretty disheartening because, you know, I finally had a good season and it doesn't count.
But yeah, it still counts in my heart, and yeah, on my channel, it's certainly counting. So yeah, 76 fights, 0 deaths. It feels so good to finally achieve this, man. You know, I've definitely had more fights in some past seasons, but you know, 76, that's nothing to scoff at. That's a decent amount of fights. And yeah, you know, you can see who we had here. New Nation, you know, ISO8a, SSX, Chaos, DSVG, PYCB, and then again, JA, ISO8a again, Chaos again. Like we had, you know, some very powerful alliances that we had to go up against. And yeah, so that is going to go ahead and do it for this Alliance War video. We finally did it, man. I hope you guys enjoyed the journey getting here. I would really appreciate you guys dropping a like on this one, because we finally did it. After 40 long seasons, we finally achieved it, Deathless. And I feel like, you know, now that I've done it once, I feel like it won't be nearly as hard to do it again, because like all the pressure is off now. Like now, I don't really care. Like if I die, it still sucks, but it's not going to be as big of a deal because I finally achieved this, you know. So I feel like it'll be a lot less pressure going forward to do it again. And yeah, that's gonna go ahead and do it for this this final double war video of season 43. Clutch out Masters. We got the Deathless season. We did everything we needed to do. Massive success. Massive success. Great success. Hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you want to see more content. We'll be back for more Alliance War next season with a brand new war map. So that should hopefully make Alliance War a lot more exciting. And yeah, coming off a Deathless season will be great too. So thank you guys so much for watching. All support. Love you guys. Peace out.